This is Chris Medeiros. Like, subscribe to TW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, World of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Medeiros. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. And I'll be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my WWE Friday Night SmackDown September 16th, 2022 reviews. So here we go, discussing about Friday Night SmackDown. Now, I know I sound a little bit sick because I am, but we're going to do SmackDown. So yeah, we kick off the night with Logan Paul coming out. Now, the reason why Logan Paul is coming out is because he did a podcast with Roman Reigns, and after Roman left, he was talking a little bit smack, and then Triple H invited him to come to SmackDown. So yeah, Logan Paul came out, and he starts talking about Roman Reigns, and then while he was talking about Roman Reigns, oh yeah, there was a funny moment when he was talking about Floyd Mayweather, talking about, I wouldn't stay down, and the man wouldn't pay me. So yeah, he mentioned about the payments. But yeah, that was pretty funny, I'm not even going to lie. But yeah, he was talking about Roman Reigns, talking about how he would challenge Roman Reigns if he got to, or whatever, even for the titles. And then, all of a sudden, he gets interrupted by Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman makes his return tonight on SmackDown. He comes out with Sami Zayn, the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay the Usos, and the new NXT North American Champion, Solo Sikoa, the Bloodline. So yeah, they came out, and Paul Heyman was like, I'll handle this. Everybody else stayed out the ring while Paul Heyman got into the ring with Logan Paul. And he starts talking about, like I said, my name is Paul Heyman. The tribal chief sent me here to handle this and all that. And Logan Paul was like, you ain't going to handle me. But I got a press conference tomorrow, and Roman Reigns is supposed to be there in Las Vegas. And who knows, I'll probably challenge him for the title or whatever. So yeah, that's what Logan Paul said. And then Paul Heyman was like, well, I'm going to handle this right here, right now. And starts talking about Jake Paul and stuff. And then Sami Zayn interrupts Paul Heyman, talking about, Paul, don't handle it, I will. I am Roman's right hand man and stuff. And of course, Paul Heyman gets pissed off. He goes like, fine, you handle it, and gets out of the ring. So yeah, that was pretty funny because Paul Heyman was trying to get Solo Sikoa to get in the ring to fight Logan Paul, but Sami Zayn interrupted that. He goes like, I'll handle him. And then Sami Zayn starts talking. He walks up to Logan Paul and gets punched in the face. And then that's when the Bloodline gets in the ring trying to attack Logan, but Logan quickly got out of the ring. And then Ricochet comes out, and then we got the match up next. Ricochet versus Sami Zayn, one-on-one up next. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later into the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing to happen on Friday Night SmackDown, we got the first one-on-one match for tonight. It was Ricochet with Logan Paul at ringside versus Sami Zayn with the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay the Usos, the NXT North American Champion, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman, the Bloodline at ringside. So yeah, it was Sami Zayn versus Ricochet one-on-one. This match, it was a pretty damn good match. If you have yet, go check it out. Great start for Friday Night SmackDown. A few times it looked like Ricochet and Sami Zayn was going to pick up the win. At one point we see Ricochet hit a super kick onto Sami Zayn, and then of course he was, planning to climb up the top turnbuckle and stuff, but then that's when Jimmy Uso got on the ring apron, distracting Ricochet and stuff, and then that's when Sami Zayn comes up from behind him, hitting the Blue Thunder Bomb onto Ricochet. But while Logan Paul had the referee distracted and stuff, the referee finally turned back around, counting that pin 1, 2, Ricochet barely kicking out at 2. And then we see at one point that Ricochet starts picking up the pace again, had Sami Zayn on his shoulders at one point, about to take him out, but then Jey Uso gets on the apron. That's when Ricochet comes up, punching him in the face, knocking him off the apron, and then Sami Zayn rolled up Ricochet, pinning him, but Ricochet kicked out at 2. And then at one point we see Jey Uso getting back up on the apron, but then this time Ricochet drop kicks him off the apron, off the second rope and stuff, knocking him off. And then that's when Sami Zayn hits that half and half suplex onto Ricochet. But then when he was going for the pin and stuff, that's when Jey Uso was trying to get into the ring. The referee was distracted by trying to get Jey Uso out the ring, but then she finally turns around, counting the pin, and then Ricochet barely kicking out at 2 again. And then it like Sami Zayn could have won the match twice, but then he gets mad, gets out the ring, going face to face with Jey Uso, talking crap, both of them arguing and stuff. Jimmy Uso trying to separate them and stuff, trying to get them to cool down, and then that's when Ricochet jumps over the top rope, landing on all 3 of them, taking them out. throws Sami Zayn back into the ring, climbing up the top turnbuckle, jumping off with a shooting star press, pinning Sami Zayn for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Ricochet defeated Sami Zayn tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. That's what happened. And then after the match ended, we see the Usos and Solo Sikoa get on the apron, about to get into the ring to attack Logan Paul and Ricochet, but then that's when Madcap Moss comes running down with a steel chair, pretty much scaring off the Bloodline, because he got some match later on tonight against Solo Sikoa. So yeah, that match will be happening later on tonight, so yeah, that's why he came out. But for that match between Ricochet and Sami Zayn, I'll give it 3 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a pretty damn good match to kick off SmackDown. Actually, I'll give it 3.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. Great match. But yeah. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, we had Karrion Kross with Scarlett backstage talking, and he starts talking about Drew McIntyre, about what he did last week to him, and says TikTok, the clock is ticking and stuff like that stuff. Talking about how, you know, they ain't gonna be the last of it, and how every man falls, just like Drew McIntyre, when he had faith at first, and then he fell right back down. So yeah, that's what he was saying. Pretty good promo, though, from Karrion Kross. But then we see Max Dupree and Maxine Dupree in the ring, and Max Dupree introduces Mace, I forgot how you say their names, Mace and Mansoor. They come down, and, you know, they're posing and everything, doing their model thing, and it's back to school days and all that stuff. So yeah, they come out with the freaking notebooks and stuff, and then all of a sudden, Braun Strowman's music hits. He comes running straight through him, beating him down, attacking Mace and Mansoor, throwing Mace into the barricade, throwing Mansoor down the ramp, and then throws him into the ring, and then grabs Mansoor and then hits a powerbomb onto him, laying him out. But then all of a sudden Chad Gable comes out, and he's all alone. He's coming out all by himself. But then Otis attacks Braun Strowman from behind while he was distracted, and while the numbers was catching up to him, Braun Strowman starts coming back a little bit, beating down Otis, and grabs Chad Gable, about to hit that running power slam onto him. But then Otis stops him, knocking him down, then hits a World's Strongest Slam onto Braun Strowman. But then Otis and Chad Gable got out the ring, and then Braun Strowman quickly sat up, no selling that shit. So yeah, good shit. I'm not even gonna lie. Braun Strowman right now is reminding me of his days in 2017 and stuff when he was no selling shit. So yeah, just destroying Roman Reigns. So yeah, love how Braun Strowman's getting booked right now. You know, can't really say too much about it because he's only been there for like 2 weeks. So we'll have to see more of it. So yeah, but so far I'm liking it. So yeah. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, we see Bayley and the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Dakota Kai and Io Sky, Damage Control, come out to the ring, and they start talking Bayley, talking about how Damage Control is going to keep the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, talking about how they injure Leah, and how they're going to beat up Raquel tonight, and how they dominate the whole women's locker room and all that stuff. So that's what they were saying. But then Raquel Rodriguez had enough. She comes out, scaring off Damage Control, but then we get the match underway. It was Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley one-on-one. Now, Io Sky and Dakota Kai was at ringside for this match. It was an okay match. It looked like Bayley went after the leg a little bit in this match, but then at the ending, Raquel starts taking control, hitting some fall-away slams onto Bayley, and then she was setting her up with that flying elbow drop off the second turnbuckle, but then we see Io Sky getting on the apron, and then Raquel knocks her off the apron, and then Dakota Kai gets in the ring, but then Raquel grabbed Dakota Kai, slamming her on top of Bayley, and then jumping off that second turnbuckle with the elbow drop on the Bayley and Dakota Kai, and then she was trying to hit her finisher move, that one-handed powerbomb onto Bayley, but while Dakota Kai had the referee distracted, Io Sky saved Bayley and then rakes Raquel's eyes, and then that's when Bayley hits her finisher move, the Rose Plant, onto Raquel, and then pins her for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Bayley defeated Raquel Rodriguez tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. That's what happened. It was an okay match. So yeah, for that match, I'll give it 2 stars. That's why I'll give it. But then after the match ended, Damage Control got in the ring, beating down Raquel, just laying her out and stuff. And then Shotzi comes out, and then she actually saves Raquel by attacking Damage Control, taking them out. So yeah, Shotzi pretty much was a heel, and now she just turned babyface. And yeah, she saved Raquel. So I see now it's going to be Raquel, Shotzi, and Leah maybe versus Damage Control at the next pay-per-view. That's what I think is going to be happening now, it looks like. But yeah, Shotzi was okay as a heel. Well, I bet she would have been a way more better heel if she was used consistently. But, you know, she's better as a babyface. So yeah, I'm okay with that. So yeah. But yeah, that's what happened there. And now later on tonight, we will see the Fatal 4-Way number one contenders tag team match later on tonight. The New Day versus the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium versus Hit Row later on tonight, when that match faces the Usos for the tag team titles. And then not only that, we will see Solo Sikoa versus Madcap Moss for the NXT North American Championship. But up next, we're going to be seeing Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey going face-to-face up next on SmackDown. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So, the next thing to happen on Friday Night SmackDown, we see Ronda Rousey getting a sit-down interview with Kayla Braxton. So, she was going to interview Ronda Rousey, talking about how does she feel about going against Liv Morgan at Extreme Rules. And she said, with all due respect, and then all of a sudden she gets interrupted by Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan comes up and sits down, and then starts talking to Ronda, telling her that she will beat her again at Extreme Rules, just like how she already did 2 times, and how she don't need Ronda Rousey's respect. And then Ronda Rousey was like, I didn't say I give you respect, I said with all due respect, but I don't respect you or anything. And then Liv Morgan was talking about how she'll earn her chance of win the match and, you know, retain the title and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what Liv Morgan was saying. And then she says that she wants to challenge Ronda Rousey in the Extreme Rules match at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, and Ronda Rousey accepted. So yeah, at Extreme Rules, we will see Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship in the Extreme Rules match. So yeah, that match will be happening now. But yeah, after that, we see Drew McIntyre. He comes out to the announce table and stuff and calls out Karrion Kross, talking about, instead of attacking me from behind, how about you come to me face to face, and you like to count down and all that. Well, I can count down from 3 and give you a Claymore. So yeah, that's what Drew McIntyre said. And then after that, we see pretty much Solo Sikoa getting ready for his match backstage with Sami Zayn and the Usos back there, and Jey Uso. It's pretty much the Usos try and give Solo some confidence to go out there and win and stuff, and talking about how they'll be by his side. And then Solo was like, look, Jey, you got some issues, obviously. I don't want you by my side because you don't got your head in the game. Sami, come with me. So yeah, Sami Zayn will be going out with Solo Sikoa up next on SmackDown. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. Solo Sikoa versus Madcap Moss for the NXT North American Championship. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown was a one-on-one match. It was the NXT North American Champion Solo Sikoa with Sami Zayn at ringside versus Madcap Moss one-on-one for the NXT North American Championship. Now, this match, it was a pretty good match. A few times, Solo Sikoa was going to win this match by hitting the Samoan drop at one point onto Madcap, but Madcap barely kicked out in 2. But then we get to the ending of this match where Madcap was taking control of this match, hitting a fall-away slam onto Solo Sikoa, and then he was setting up for that spear in the corner. But then Sami Zayn grabs Solo, drags him out the ring, saving him. Madcap gets pissed off, gets out the ring, chase after Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn runs back into the ring, and then Madcap gets back into the ring, but then gets hit with a super kick by Solo Sikoa, and then Solo hit the Uranagi Slam onto Madcap Moss, pinning him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Solo Sikoa defeated Madcap Moss and has retained the NXT North American Championship. That's what happened. Pretty good match. If you have yet, go check it out. For that match, I'll give it 2.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was an okay match between those two guys. But up next, it'll be the main event. It will be the New Day versus the Brawling Brutes versus Hit Row versus Imperium. Up next in a fatal 4-way tag team number one contenders match. Winner of that match will be facing the Usos for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. So yeah, that match will be happening up next in the main event. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. I'll see you guys later until then. And yeah, like I said, I give that match 2.5 stars. So yeah, see you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, it was a main event. It was Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, The New Day versus Ashante Adonis and Top Dollar with B-Fab at ringside. Hit Row versus Ridge Holland and Butch with Sheamus at ringside. The Brawling Brutes versus Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanna Vinci with the Intercontinental Champion Gunther at ringside. Imperium in a fatal 4-way number one contenders tag team match. Now, winner of this match faces the Usos next week on SmackDown for the tag team titles. Now, before I talk about this match, they did make a few things confirmed now. When Michael Cole and Corey Graves was talking, they said that Roman Reigns will be at the press conference tomorrow with Logan Paul. So yeah, that is confirmed. And not only that, Roman Reigns will be on SmackDown next week, and we will see Braun Strowman versus Otis next week as well, one-on-one. So yeah, they confirmed those. But yeah, we get into the match. Pretty good match, easily match of the night. Thought a few times that all these guys was going to win. Not even going to lie. It was, tell you the truth, I thought Imperium was going to be the one to pick up the win since they've been picking up momentum and stuff. But surprisingly, they didn't. At one point in this match, we seen Top Dollar actually having like Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Butch on his shoulders and stuff, and slammed all three of them, which was pretty crazy. Ashante Adonis doing some wild stuff as well. Xavier Woods pretty much like the breakout star pretty much in this. At one point we did see Ridge Holland hit the Alabama Slam onto Top Dollar, trying to pin him, but Top Dollar barely kicking out too. But then we get to the very ending where we see, oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that Sheamus and Gunther almost went at it outside of ringside, so yeah, that was happening as well. But then we get to the ending and we see Imperium. We see Ludwig Kaiser being the one tagged in. He climbs up the top turnbuckle, and then before he jumps off, Ridge Holland tags himself in, and they didn't know. Imperium hits the Imperium Bomb on the Kofi Kingston, and then that's when Ridge Holland gets in the ring, throwing Ludwig Kaiser out the ring, and then going for the pin on Kingston, pinning him for the 3 count. So yeah, the Brawling Brutes defeated Hit Row, The New Day, and Imperium tonight in the Fatal 4-Way number one contenders tag team match. And yeah, the Brawling Brutes will be taking on the Usos next week on SmackDown for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. But yeah, like I said, this is easily match of the night. For this match, I'll give it 4 stars as well. I'll give it a very great, entertaining match. The fans was into it and everything. Ricochet versus Sami Zayn was a pretty damn good match as well. Bayley versus Raquel Rodriguez was okay. Solo Sikoa versus Madcap Moss was alright. But yeah, like I said, a Fatal 4-Way tag team match was the match of the night. But yeah, that has been my WWE Friday Night SmackDown September 16th, 2022 reviews. For tonight's SmackDown, I'll give it 7.5 stars. That's why I'll give it pretty good SmackDown. But yeah, next week I'll be discussing about Raw on Monday. So yeah, like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Daniels, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. I'll be down there in the description box. And yeah, I'll see you guys later for this Monday's Monday Night Raw reviews. See you guys later until then.